Check 1, 2.
Am I armed now?
You are armed. No, you were on. I wasn't on.
Oh,
it was me that wasn't.
That's
on.
fine.
Yeah. You're armed. I am armed. Check 1, 2. Check.
Check.
This is what's going on.
He's just fact checking. He's not saying anything unless asked.
So what do you got? What do we have for
Well, are
this
we on?
slow start? Yeah.
Oh, this is the actual precast.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Oh.
You got to announce the precast.
Oh, I do. My apologies then.
I've got lots.
You've got lots?
Yeah.
Okay.
But do we want to bring it up now or just kind of go with it during the show?
Well, it's up to you.
It's always entertaining to know ahead of time that we can actually completely divert or forget things.
Well, I'm sure you guys have heard about the
Yeah.
Carson City to Canada Quest.
You know that we won't get through half of these in the
I know.
actual.
I've never heard of that.
And I'm sure DDT will interrupt me
Absolutely.
in the real cast as well. You never heard of it? JB, you'll like it.
No.
You'll like it. Griselda? You
Isn't
guys
that,
heard about Griselda?
isn't that a witch?
No.
That's Griselda.
Griselda.
I thought that's what he said.
DDT's bathroom is still not done. We are
No.
totally going to revisit
It'll-
that. I thought it was done.
It
a lot
wasn't.
of the listeners
It's not.
can't believe it's still on.
My bathroom's still not done.
Yours are in a
his is
constant-
even longer.
Yours are in a constant state of rejuvenation.
Yeah.
Got to keep that
I like that you said it was.
$1.2 million house in tip-top shape.
I like that you said it was the Tony Gabriel of bathroom
It
renovations.
was probably
Yes.
it was probably worth that, like for about 5 days during the pandemic.
Oh, it's worth it, baby, with those bathrooms. March Madness, of course. The weather. The new Ottawa lacrosse team. And the follow-up, which will be more interesting to talk about, is can Ottawa have so many pro sports teams?
No.
I was hoping someone would say yes. So
No.
we could argue. I totally say no as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to discuss which one's going to go away first.
Well, we can know that it doesn't work because of the fact that
Didn't work before.
all of these teams have left and are coming back.
Baseball is left
Right.
to come back.
CFL has come.
lacrosse,
Yeah. Hockey, everything's left
everything.
and come back.
Every
Yeah.
single team except women's hockey
Yeah.
has existed and gone and come back.
My mic seems really loud.
Now we're going to talk about Robins
Stop talking
today.
louder.
The Robins that we're not at, the Robins that we should be at.
Should we?
Robins.
Are we done?
And if no, we're not done.
Good
Oh.
God.
And if we had one more thing to talk about, we could talk about Wordle and connections.
I've got something.
A lot of fun.
A bad attitude?
No, I've got something to talk about.
Indigestion
That.
based on your present facade.
Yes. No, it's not that. It's A Handmaid's Tale.
We've kind of been there, done that.
I know, but the one thing
It's still lingering, is it?
It's too much.
Should we start?
Yeah, let's just start.
All right.
Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time. Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time.
Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please.
Good morning, boys.
Morning.
Morning,
so the one
Duff.
thing that
Morning, DDT.
morning. The one
Oh,
thing
you're just jumping
you
right
are
into
like-
it there.
He's
I am
trying.
super loud.
You are
He's
super
trying
loud.
to, but we're not going to.
Like I can. Oh, that's better.
It's nice
Thank
to have
you.
you back, JB.
It's like I'm screaming into my ears.
There's a little bit of confusion this morning as to where it would be, but glad
Oh,
everybody
that's
made
a
it over to
three-way group text.
everybody
So-
made it over
we
to
haven't done that.
DDTs.
We
So
haven't done
my-
that in a while.
Yesterday was a bit confusing just because of the fact that it's like, are we going to the playoffs? Are we not going to the playoffs? You know,
Yeah,
my son lost.
Is that the sense?
So no, my son, right? Like
Sens are still
all the year,
mathematically
I think we won like 3 games, and we've consistently been losing, and then we
Nice
got
puppy.
beat by this team before. So it's like if we lose Thursday, then I'm going skiing Saturday and Sunday. But since we won we tied Thursday, then he had a game last night. If we lost that game, then we were going skiing today. But they decidedly won 4-0.
Ooh.
So out of nowhere, all of a sudden, like the team decided to wake up, and it's like, you know what? Maybe we can win games if we forecheck.
So you're not. So you're not going skiing.
They probably stopped listening to the coaches.
Trying to
Exactly.
angle a player from
Yeah.
30 feet away to go, I'll intercept the puck. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they
you
finally
know.
stopped listening to the coaches. is
So
what you're
here I
saying.
am.
Congratulations. Hope they win today.
You know what? I hope that, it would make it
You were
worth
just
it.
telling us the story of how they got there.
Yeah.
It's not really a championship.
It's the bottom of the barrel championship.
Loser, like you need a medal, participation medal.
I think it's just to give the kids some more hockey.
Sounds like the perfect
Alright.
topic for us because we're a bit of a bottom of the barrel show, especially when we talk ad nauseum
About nothing.
about
So
nothing.
your dog is snoring with his eyes open. Is that
Yeah.
normal?
Yeah, it's just a wheeze that he has. Nothing serious.
So DDT, rather than let the three-way group text linger forever over
Yeah.
our heads, I'm getting to it right now.
Oh, you are? Okay.
And I'm only going back as far as last night when I suggested 9:30 or 10 at Robbins this morning.
Okay.
And you said it's a little late to set up at Robbins.
Yes.
So my reply was your place then.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
So I went to bed in my mind thinking your place
My
this
place.
morning.
Right.
The only thing I didn't know is 9:30 or 10.
Right.
And then this morning I got up and I see a text from DDT saying, "Is that JB or me?" So just for notes for future reference,
Well, I had
If I'm
suggested earlier in the day my
if I'm
place.
replying to you, it's you.
Okay.
That's all.
Gotcha.
Now, JB, you think you had... See, I don't want to go back further, but I guess we are. Hang on, folks. We've only got about 40 texts from that point to go
hour
through.
and a half podcast
Yeah,
today, ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen.
Well, we'll let him keep digging. So fast forward to today. DDT again. So what's the plan, handmaids? JB. Yes, what is the plan? A couple of confused emojis. Last text was my place at 9:30 or 10, which works for me. Thank you. Pretty clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then JB,
I said
that's
that.
vague. And are you guys coming here or are we going to DDTs? At least my in-laws are flexible, LOL. DDT, read above. I hearted that one.
Yes.
JB sigh. Can I assume it's at DDT's place and make my way there? Now that we're face to face, yes, you could have. But then my response was, I just got out of mass. I'll go to either studio. Might I suggest whoever offers the
That
place
just-
up first is where we meet. Offers it up.
So
So that just threw more confusion.
I would just like to say that all I ever ask for is clarity and no passive aggressiveness and no confusion. That's all I ask for, right? Just
Where,
say,
in life or in our
just-
group text?
well,
Before-
at
Before
the,
you guys go on.
at the
Wait,
very
wait,
least,
wait, wait,
at the
wait.
very least amongst
Wait.
the three of
Wait,
us.
wait. Before you guys go on,
I'm just reading the text.
let me offer up my apologies.
I would
Yes.
I would like this to be my safe bubble.
Let
Okay.
me offer up my apologies to our listener
Yeah.
for this podcast already and all the previous ones that have come before this.
Back to the three-way. Why don't you offer up your place then, Mr. Psy? That's JB.
There was just more confusion.
DDT. I thought the plan was here. Me. So did I. JB. I did. Read above. Okay. Heading to your place now. JB keeps passively suggesting but not inviting. No confidence. And then DDT. Now, I better get dressed? Question marks? Because in your mind, he's on his way over here at this
Right.
point.
Exactly.
At like
Yeah.
9:15.
Yeah.
JB, my place was offered for yesterday and today. Me. I guess he's got time to grab the coffee. Large regular, please. Suggestions are not invitations. Man, my Palm Sunday vibe is disintegrating. JB, you... Oh, I can't read that.
What does it say?
You can blank, blank, blank. DDT.
I don't remember that one.
Note, don't park in front of the garage. Eleanor has to leave. Me, I thought you were going to JB's. JB, what do you want, DDT? LOL. Then come here, please. Extra large black. Large regular. Invitation to record here. Permanent. That's JB.
Yeah.
So finally, solid, confident, clear.
Yeah.
Boom. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm going to Stittsville. Okay? Invitation to record here. Permanent. JB, DDT, you getting the coffees. Me. Try to let me know by 9:45 where it's happening. Maybe I was stirring the pot a little bit with that one. I'll be honest. But at that point, I did think we were going to JB's.
Okay.
JB, DDT, you want to come here? or do you prefer that I go there? I'm happy to stay home, LOL. Me, DDTs call, let me know by 9:45. I will need a coffee very soon. JB, me too, DDT, exclamation mark, ×5, question mark, ×3. DDT, my house, and then he thumbs upped. What do you want for coffee? Medium, 2 sugar. JB, on my way. Me, JB, you're the best, thanks for being flexible. I think we thought you couldn't come, that's why we were leaning towards the DDT studio. Because at that point, we're still a little confused on the hockey stuff, right?
We're like 10 minutes into the podcast.
It provided us with a 3-way group text.
Everybody's
JB.
gone.
No one's here anyways yet. JB's looking at his phone in a weird way. DDT's got his confused face from back whenever.
I was trying to find your confused face.
So at
too.
this point, I'm super excited.
Couldn't find it.
I'm even sharing my Tim's reward scan, thinking you guys are grabbing coffee and we could roll up the rims live on air. Now I'm getting ready. And then JB, I'm going to McDo. And Darcy, I prefer McDo.
After all the passive aggressiveness, you didn't deserve Tim's.
But it was us. We all could have benefited. And it ends with JB saying here. So I'm glad we don't do 3-way group texts all the time.
The problem is,
But it's been a while.
you know, even if I set up a place where we know we're going to be every week,
Yeah.
we don't know we're going to be there every week.
Well,
Things change.
Duff gets bored.
Yeah, things change. I know. That's the
Well,
problem. It's fluid.
I don't know.
Is it fluid?
You get
It's
a little
fluid.
bored. You don't like to have the same thing all the time, which
True.
is why
True.
I'm going biking. I'm going mountain
True.
biking. I'm going skiing. I'm going, you know,
Are we
True.
doing it?
yoga,
So
gym.
let's put this
You
out
like-
there.
I
you
can't
like-
argue that.
You like variety.
I like
Let's
variety.
put this
which is
out
fine.
there. Next weekend.
Which is why I would love to do the cast from somewhere else if we're going to keep it going.
Next week is Easter.
Correct.
Are we doing a cast next week?
I will be live from Las Vegas if we do.
Oh, right. You're going to Vegas.
I'm going to Vegas.
Forgot about that.
When do you leave?
Friday morning,
Okay.
bright
so,
and early.
So we might be able to play it by ear.
Is Flair still operating?
Yeah, I think they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the complete opposite direction of Vegas. I'm in Sudbury.
Oh, you're not here either.
You're
right?
going to the Rock.
Yeah, I'm going to Sudsbury.
Then why did you ask?
Yeah.
We did it by phone one time.
That
I
was
can
like
call in.
that was like 4 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah. I guess we haven't done that in forever.
We haven't.
If you send me a link, I'll call in. I'll have time from the pool.
That
live
would be
in Vegas.
That would be entertaining.
Let's do it. Now, there's a bit of a time difference.
Sunday morning is which
Sunday
would be
morning.
what in Vegas time?
Sunday morning.
If you guys
If I
want to
said
do
10,
it,
10 Sunday morning would be 8.
7. Be 7 a.m.
They're 3 hours?
3 hours.
Oh, I thought there were only 2.
Pacific Standard.
Okay, so if we did noon.
Noon would be better.
Noon Sunday Eastern
Because then I could be
Standard.
down at the pool probably at 9. Yeah. Try it.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
You'd have to set it up in advance so I could practice.
set up like a Zoom.
It would have to be something I could use my phone with and through my
Zoom.
Gmail account, probably, right?
Zoom.
Or a text link. No, not a text link.
A Zoom.
You guys know my Airolo is sketchy at best when I'm stateside.
You would be. Wouldn't you be on the hotel Wi-Fi?
Yeah, but the texting is not
The
consistent
the
with the
Wi-Fi?
with the eSIMs.
Make sure
emails is the way to go.
install the Zoom app.
Really?
Definitely. Yeah.
You have Zoom?
I
Install
use
the
Google Meets personally.
Have we
Zoom app.
talked about your trip yet?
Which one?
We have. You haven't been here for weeks, so we have.
I can't remember the last trip.
No.
Yeah, you've been here in a while.
Did you guys do one last weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
I think so.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
Did you have a good trip?
Which trip?
The one you just came back from. The latest trip.
Have
Have you done another trip in the past week?
Actually, we didn't do one
Did
last
I go
weekend.
somewhere else?
We did the one. Yeah, we did do one last weekend.
Okay, but we're not living in the past.
You went to North Carolina. Or
the March break trip.
We're living in the
was
future.
fantastic, JB.
Yeah?
Yeah, lots of disc golf, great weather, beach time, Olive Garden dinners.
Was it North Carolina?
It's usually North Carolina. Yeah, the
And-
southernmost part of North Carolina.
So, ironically enough,
Money doesn't matter.
side note,
Money did not matter.
on a trip, sometimes money doesn't have to matter. You just
Yeah.
need to let loose and not think about
but
it.
there were some cost-saving hacks as well.
So I don't know. I guess about a week ago or so, Roberta and I, my wife and I, sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. We're looking for. We're watching a Sens game, and we were
Oh,
looking
God.
at.
Did you lose a bet?
No, the Carolina Hurricane, their third jersey.
Yeah.
It's like a weird logo.
It looks like the Ottawa black one, right?
No, it's got like a stick with two kind of red squares on
The
it.
Hurricane flags.
Couldn't couldn't figure it out, right?
It's the Hurricane flags.
Yeah, so then I went and looked it up. So it's a hockey stick with kind of the two
red, black ground, and black squares in the middle.
Red squares.
Red squares, black background?
Yes.
Okay.
And anyway, so I went and looked it up because I didn't know what it was.
That's a neat one.
And then I found out that the space between the top flag and the bottom flag is actually the state of North Carolina. Like, it's in the shape of the state of North Carolina.
That's cool.
I thought that was really cool. That's like a cool design.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah, I thought it was really neat.
Okay.
Riveting.
Well,
Isn't
this
it?
is the sort of solid content we like from you, JB.
Yeah.
If we could continue with this, it'd be appreciated.
Yeah, that's it for today's show, folks.
See you in June.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yeah, I'm picturing that.
I'm
picturing it, and I never noticed it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't know either.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm
cool.
glad you had a good trip.
Great time. Now, my highlight of the trip is just my pendency for disc golf and the
Was it though,
prevalence of it everywhere.
or was it? Was
It's
it
so
the
fun.
Or was it the lack of fabric in today's bathing suits?
Ooh, is that something you thought I might like?
I don't know.
Well, we can get to that in a moment, but just real quick. City of Ottawa, 1 million people, and we've got one 9-hole disc golf course, right, in Canada.
I had no. We've talked about this.
Yeah,
like-
I know. I'm just
like,
again though.
we've killed
Yeah,
the horse.
but
It's dead.
just to prove it though. So Wilmington, North Carolina, the town we were in,
Should I make a segment for
probably
opening for
80,
rehash?
90,000 people.
Rehash.
We need to be
And
supported
within
by.
a 1 hour no,
Like,
not
we need
even.
a disc
I would
golf
say within like a
sponsorship.
20-minute drive from the Airbnb.
How many people?
There were
Sorry.
5 really good disc golf
How many
courses.
people did you say?
80 or 90,000.
It is wildly
Estimating, I
It is
don't know.
wildly popular,
But yet, still not busy when you're there, which
except
I
in
love.
Canada.
Yeah. So I would get up in the morning, as you know from some of your trips, when the rest of the family doesn't get up till like
Yeah.
10 or 11 in the morning.
Get a couple rounds in.
I can get a day in of activities
Yeah.
and come back,
Oh,
have
yeah.
coffee, and off we go.
Why do
Yeah.
you think that here in Canada we don't have the disc golf courses that they do in the U.S.? It's just not as popular.
I think the weather sucks.
But that's what makes disc golf amazing, is you can play it year-round. I don't understand why. Well, I'll tell you why.
Nobody
Like,
plays disc golf in the winter here.
absolutely. The
Really?
absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
Well, if they want to, yeah. For me, it's more of a shoulder season sport. I'll be honest.
shoulder
The
season.
Shoulder season.
What does that mean?
In between winter and summer,
Oh.
the shoulder. Because in the winter, you like your snow and ice sports, and in the summer, you like your beach sports, your canoeing, your camping, and all that. But sometimes it's hard to find something fun to do in March when it's frozen and the snow's gone, or the snow's there and it's plus 20.
Some people were already out golfing.
Yeah, for
this
sure.
This
for sure.
winter
For sure.
in Hamilton,
Yeah.
February,
Well, Calabogie opened like a month ago.
for golf.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
But so something to do, something to plan on, regardless of the exact weather, is one reason I do like disc golf. Yeah. Like once I was done fat biking, I kind of played a bit of disc golf before I really hopped on my mountain bike. Good times.
Nice. You know who else has a disc golf course?
Kempville. Almont.
Sort of. PSC.
Oh, good. Yeah. I love going down there.
Yeah.
But one quick final disc golf story from the trip. Here's what we don't have enough of in Canada.
AAU champions.
In Canada either. Okay? There was a brewery in Wilmington, okay, that did not really serve food, but it was an amazing brewery. And they had a 9-hole disc golf course right on their property. The marketing ploy was, come play disc golf, bring your food, we've got the beer. It was fantastic.
That's a neat idea.
So I packed
Yeah.
a picnic lunch for one day, dragged the family. We played around, had a wonderful picnic
Nice.
with picnic tables, music, everything, and fresh beer. It was
Nice.
fantastic.
Nice.
And it was just the three of you?
Just 3 of us.
Okay.
Yeah. No. It was only the 3 of us. We were alone.
I you know what? It's typically a highlight of my trips. Trying to find a funky little brewery everywhere I
Oh,
go.
gosh. Yeah. They're
lo-
everywhere now.
I love that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. You would have liked that.
Yeah.
Just the feel of like
It sounds fun.
the
yeah.
community feel, and there were a few other people. Everybody's so friendly and talkative, and you come back on the 9th hole, and you're throwing right at the patio almost where everybody's sitting, and they're all sitting there watching you. So there's like
Pressure.
somewhat
It's like-
pressure
it's
to
like
make
the
it
19th hole.
It's
at
just
golf,
like the 19th
right,
hole.
yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
did you like?
super fun.
Does anybody take out the beers on the table with the disc?
Well, it's designed pretty ingeniously, where you're throwing kind of beside. I shouldn't
Sure,
have
it's
said
not
right
in-
at it. You're throwing beside it.
So,
Ah.
I have to state, like, you just made a throwing hand gesture 3 times. Are you a side thrower?
I have multiple throws.
Like, are
depending
you
on-
like one of these?
I can flick it like that when needed,
Okay.
but usually it's a reverse.
It's usually like the typical
a normal throw,
frisbee
or
throw.
we call it a
kind of thing.
reverse throw.
When I throw a disc, it ends up my actual golf shot.
A slice.
in the water.
Huge slice, and in the trees or the water.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
we'd love to get you guys out on a real course someday.
Did we,
play a few holes?
Did we? I know last week we probably touched on it. I mentioned this. Just
Why does your MacBook say MacBook Pro?
that's my name. The name of my MacBook.
But what did you call your MacBook?
Just
Why didn't
it's
you call
just
it
easier
like?
to
Why didn't you call it like
DDTs,
DDTs
MacBook Pro.
instead of MacBook Pro?
I don't know. I just named it MacBook.
Should we talk about the poor stale donuts in the corner?
No, I wanted to talk about. We'll get to that.
You had
That's
a
a
quick
cost
link
saving.
to last week. Are you going to get to it?
Yeah, like
what do you
last
got?
week, I think we touched on Duff the AAU Women's National Championship.
But you said that you didn't have a podcast last week.
Yeah, we did.
You need to figure it out. You did?
I think we
Or
did.
you didn't?
If you want to revisit the fact that the Paul Smith's Bobcats won the inaugural AAZHU
AAU.
hockey
Championship.
Championship
Yes.
WP.
That my.
with 3 solid victories, then we can.
Well, I'm just saying they won the national championship, so I just
Yeah.
wanted to bring that up as a follow up. They won 4-2 against the University of Tampa.
Hockey country.
Yeah, you know, if the University of Tampa had a goalie, they'd probably be a good team. Well, they were a good team, but they would be
Your
better.
daughter should consider transferring.
I thought so too.
It was very exciting to see your daughter in the interview there.
I would love driving
cute.
her to Tampa
It was cute.
every 3 months.
Yeah, she wasn't happy. She
You might
there
have
was
to pay
some.
for gas.
Yeah, that would be quite expensive. There was some drama before the game, of course, but for
your
PSC
mama?
Bobcats. But what are you gonna do? They still won.
Drama from your mama.
Did you bring up the
So
drama because you were
so-
dying to share the drama?
So I don't know if I should share it.
I hope you don't.
Yeah.
No.
Let's move on.
But congratulations to the Lady Bobcats for winning the AAU national championship.
Congratulations to your daughter. But
A
not the Bobcats.
resounding win. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not cheering for the Bobcats, but your daughter.
Oh, thank you.
So
I just wanted to bring up the Handmaid's
Oh my
Tale
God! You
as
interrupt me
well.
once more, you're cut off again. You will be cut off.
Can we unplug him?
I wanted to.
He's the editor,
I'm the
sadly.
producer, and I'm
You-
running the board
You
here.
beat that show to death, man.
I'm running. No, but I the one thing that I kept forgetting.
Just let him
to,
talk, and we're not going to say anything.
Yeah, just the one thing
It'll
I
be a
wanted to
one-way
bring up,
conversation.
which I kept forgetting to bring up when we I'll rub your crotch when we with the mic when we
He can't even get through this by himself without getting distracted.
I know was the fact that The Handmaid's Tale, and I kept forgetting to bring this up. I've never seen more crying in one series. Crying. They cry out about 4 times every show. Yes.
Maybe I should have
Every
a mic if I'm
show-
contributing.
Every show they cry at least 4. Somebody cries.
That doesn't stand out to
and
me
there's 4 times
at all.
at least.
Well, do you blame?
Anyway,
do you
that's all.
blame them?
That's all I want.
I can't see Commander Waterford crying.
No, not him, but like Serena Joy, June, Moira,
Like, do the handmaids
Uh,
eventually fight back? and,
other
like,
handmaids.
You'll have to watch the series.
start
JB.
My
battling
wife-
back, and it's like a hands-made battle.
You'll have to
My
watch
wife,
it.
who was
Hands-made
like
civil war.
10 episodes behind me, is
Yeah.
now 10 episodes ahead of me.
Oh, cool.
So every time I go upstairs, she's
Yeah.
in the bedroom watching the damn show.
I can't believe you're not done though. Like, there's only
I
5
only have-
seasons.
Why do you watch TV in your bedroom?
We have a TV up there.
I want one in the bedroom too.
She likes lying in bed
I'm
watching
so
TV.
JB. I'm so sick of getting sleepy, watching TV downstairs, and then going to bed, and then I'm wide awake. I think I need to readjust that whole setup.
Well, you're supposed to shut off electronics an hour before you go to bed
That's pretty much what I do.
To-
But then
to
I
get your-
wake up again.
to get your system to kind of wind down and get ready for bed.
I get that, and that's what I do. But sometimes I'll literally get sleepy still watching TV at like 7:30 or 8, and then I fall asleep, and then I wake up again and start what you're saying, and then I can't get back to sleep again because I'm not tired.
That's because you just had a power nap.
Well,
It's only like 2 minutes though.
Yeah.
she ends up watching like 2 episodes a night.
Okay, so what did you just want to bring up the crying point?
Yeah, the crying thing was. Well, I meant to bring that up when we first talked about Handmaid's Tale
Oh, you've been sitting on that for 2 weeks,
for months.
months. I'm glad you
Yeah.
got it out.
I had to
Can
get
we
it off
can
my
we
chest.
edit like this whole part?
Yeah,
It's not even on the list. Handmaid's Tale. Dude.
I was on
Okay,
my
let's
list.
get
Got
to
so much good stuff.
Let's
in
get
there.
to something
Now
important.
JB's gonna love this, I think, and if he plays his cards right, I might even consider.
You want to talk about my bathroom?
The Carson City to Canada quest. Okay, guys. Of course, you know where Carson City is.
No.
Capital of
Capital
Carson?
Carson City, the capital of the
Carson?
Silver State.
Carson, Alabama.
Silver State.
The Silver State,
Carson, Utah.
Nevada. This is
Ohio.
beautiful. Capital of Nevada, Carson City.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know that.
Anyways,
Can you shut your mic off?
Did
Just
you
for a
know
few
that?
minutes, just like for a few minutes.
Did you know that only about 10 states in the U.S. celebrate Easter and have a holiday?
I don't
So
think
what's in-
think it's a religious thing in the
And
States.
New
yeah.
York State does not celebrate Easter or
Well,
not have a holiday, a
there's
stat holiday for Easter.
There's
Well,
a
the-
significant divide between church and state in the
But
States.
Palm,
so yeah,
but
yeah.
no, but Palm.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
There's about
Anyway.
10 of them that do have a
But
stat
it's
holiday.
anyway. I don't want to get into that.
Nah,
but
that's too political. But it
Yeah.
makes sense. Like they're
I'm
not.
just saying because my daughter's not off.
Well, most people aren't. I wouldn't think. Even here, like not everybody's off. on
No.
Monday.
Good Friday, yeah.
not Good Friday, but the Monday.
I'm talking
yes.
about Good Friday. I'm talking about a
Okay,
stat
Good
holiday
Friday.
over Easter.
Well,
The
here they
states-
don't even
most
here.
states don't have
They're
it.
not
like-
off.
No,
Lots of people work on Good Friday.
true. Yeah.
Who?
The priests.
What do you mean? Who?
The
Everybody.
priests.
Everybody works on Good Friday except for federal government, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. It's a
My
stat
daughter- my
holiday
daughter's
across the
working.
country. Who does she work for?
She works for a company.
An engineering company.
I don't think
private
they,
firm.
I think they have Good Friday off.
No, they definitely
No,
don't.
they
No,
don't.
no. It's very optional.
Yeah.
Very like some companies.
I've got
might,
it off.
But
It's a stat holiday.
The only
like
reason.
a federal stat.
The only
holiday.
reason you have it off
you're in a
is because
federally regulated industry.
you work for you report
Federally
for stuff.
regulated.
We need to fact check this, JB.
I don't know. Anyway, so please
we already know why. Federally regulated.
please
do his
proceed
job.
with something more
May I?
interesting.
Are you
I would
are
love
you
to.
off as a?
I would love
Definitely.
it.
It's a government.
Yeah.
A government employee.
Let's see if MacBook. We can shut off his mic here.
The
somewhere.
Carson City
don't
to Canada quest. JB, you
You're gonna
listening?
screw everything up.
I'm avidly listening.
So Carson City, Nevada spent, I think, a few years building a short connector trail to the Pacific Crest Trail. The Pacific
Really?
Crest Trail, if you don't know what that is, it's a trail that runs from Mexico to Canada through the Rocky Mountains.
PCT.
Beautiful hike, apparently.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine's daughter just completed it last year. The
How long did it take
town
her?
of it's a few months hiking in the
Okay.
summer. The town of Carson City wants to capitalize on the tourism potential, so they built this little connector trail, which is like 10 miles or something from the town to the trail. They want somebody to represent them for $5,000 to hike this trail. You have to apply. This is your moment. Your compass is pointing you toward an adventure of a lifetime. Break in the newly minted Capital to Tahoe Trail and take it straight up to Canada. Starting at the steps of the Carson City Capitol, seize the opportunity to push your limits along the Pacific Crest Trail. The wild beauty, the untamed wilderness, it's all waiting for you. You only have one life. Now let's get to work. Apply now. So you can apply.
You win shit like this all the time. Did you apply?
Not all the time. I'm thinking about it.
Most of the time.
I'm thinking about it. So this is what it would entail. Next summer, you would have to do a 1,600-mile adventure from Carson City to Canada. Who can apply? Anybody. Anybody can apply. What do you get? On top of experiencing the adventure of a lifetime, Visit Carson City will provide $5,000 to each solo hiker completing this challenge. When does it take place? Applications open Wednesday, March 6th and closes May 31st. The start date will be in the summer of 2025. Please note that the exact date depends on weather, snowpack, and other environmental considerations.
That might be fun.
You applying?
I might apply.
Yeah.
That might be fun.
I might apply.
I would consider that.
I might apply.
The $5,000 would probably not even cover like the trip itself.
Oh, it would cover the. Well, it would cover. I'm a light. I'm a leave no trace. Like I could go tomorrow with the shit I have.
Well, you've been doing this for 50 years.
Maybe.
So you have all the equipment, right?
I have equipment.
I would need to buy the equipment.
So you
so
would
maybe.
a good $1,000 of that for me would be the equipment.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at $1,000 for flights. Then there's hotels.
Your biggest challenge might be getting time off work.
I have tons of time off booked.
Could you take
Thanks.
5 weeks off work straight?
I could.
Yeah.
How long would it take you to do that?
Could the sanding boards do without you?
They would have to.
How long did you?
Your lot, the contractors.
It's all
Your
good.
bathroom. How far did you say from Carson City to?
1,600 miles.
No, not the whole thing.
The little connector, they weren't clear on
It's
that.
10 miles.
It's not. It's 10 miles maybe. It's just a little chunk to get
So
there.
they're saying that if you went from Carson City to like just the connector, they'd give you 5,000. Or do you have to
No.
do the whole?
You have to do the whole trail.
So
Are
how
you
long?
ser- are
So
you
how? So
Give your head a shake.
well, how long
Just
would
give it
that
a-
take you then?
Just give it a little shake. Make
Yeah.
sure you
How long-
realize
I
people
wasn't-
in the world aren't
Yeah.
giving away $5,000 to
I
hike.
wasn't
10
paying
miles.
attention to
Unplug
you.
your mic and take a moment for
Yeah.
yourself.
I wasn't paying attention
Okay.
to your Tony Gabriel. What? So how long would it take you then to do that?
That's a good question. Like 100 miles straight up. Like 100 miles is probably.
It's more than 5 weeks.
30.
It's more than 5 weeks, Doug.
Well, let me break it down here.
So you couldn't do it then.
Like an FKT.
I couldn't. What do you mean I couldn't
Well,
do it?
How many weeks?
I don't
do
know.
you have
I
in the summer?
estimated 5 weeks. I have no idea.
Okay, so
Like an FKT is usually like 30 days.
And you know what? I still can't friggin' think in miles, if you can believe that. So 100 miles is 160K.
Yes.
If you walk 30K a day, that's really pushing it.
That's like extreme.
1, 2, 3.
That's heavy hiking.
That's like 5 days right there just for 100 miles.
like 20K a day is reasonable, but like
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I have no idea.
this is months. It's not 5 weeks.
No, and I don't think any particular section
have
would
you-
ever
have you-
be as hard as the
Have
coastal
you looked
trail.
up? Have you looked up what the FKT is for PCT?
The what?
The fastest known time for
No
the Pacific
idea.
Coast Trail?
No idea. It's not a race. But yeah, you could. There again, fact checking, usefulness, JB, or just even how long does it take the average hiker to do the Pacific Crest Trail? Now the other thing is it's not starting at Mexico. It's starting in Nevada, so it's probably, a few hundred miles less of the whole thing.
So
Duff. You give me a reach around there, the pen behind you.
Which one?
That one right there.
Fact check. Fact check.
So the Pacific
There's a
Crest
paper
Trail,
right there. Paper beside you.
the fastest known time for the Pacific
Thanks.
Crest Trail.
Crest Trail is 46 days, 12 hours, and 50 minutes.
Well, there you go. It's
This
5 weeks.
This is someone who is running it
I
the whole time,
That's ridiculous.
right?
Yeah. For some reason, I had 5 weeks in my mind, but you've just enlightened me. It sure as heck ain't 5 weeks. Is it?
No.
I wonder if you get the money if you complete half of it. Like, imagine you get 80, 90% of it done and you just can't, and then you still don't get the $5,000. Because $5,000 US is
So-
like $7,000 Canadian.
They should give you what you complete.
Yeah,
As a
per
percentage,
mile.
right?
per
So
mile.
so it's 2,650 miles.
Okay, so this one, JB, is only 1,600, right? Because it's from
Okay.
Carson City. It's not from.
So at 2,600 miles,
Yeah.
it's 5 months. So you still have
26. So it's you're taking off 1,000 miles. So
you got 3 months.
3 months. 3 months. Okay.
Would you be able to fit that in over the summer?
I cannot take 3 months of vacation.
I would need special permission. Unless I figured I could do it in 2 months.
You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Dude, you had to go back 3 times to finish your
Pakasaw?
your 80-kilometer hike.
Was that on me each time?
I'm not saying it was on you,
Okay, but now I learned a lot from that hike.
but there's a lot of factors and variabilities.
I have
right?
learned I am better prepared for this because of those instances.
But this is like 3 months
But this is also
non-stop.
Let's just
hiking.
say
it's also
JB,
not
it's not going to happen.
it's also
not
not
gonna happen.
Not gonna
Canada's
happen.
toughest trail.
It's wishful thinking.
It sounds so cool.
The more I think about not having to be here weekly, the more I want to do it.
In the summer, we don't do
keep
this.
it up, DDT.
We don't,
You are driving me to the Pacific Crest Trail.
we don't do this over the summer anyway.
Yeah.
Every summer I do a big hike. It's like perfect.
No, I'm talking
No,
about
the show.
podcast.
Oh, we do summer specials. We
Yeah,
could do
but-
one live from the trail.
Yeah. But then, yes, if it took
Yeah.
you 3 months or
You think-
3 to 5 months,
You think there's a lot of crying in
Yeah.
Handmaid's Tale?
Oh
Let's do a month and a half after he's been on the
Yeah,
PCT.
exactly.
my God.
Yeah.
Well, you've given me lots to think about, boys. We will see.
That sounds fun.
It
though.
looks like
that's
a lot of fun.
So
That's
they
a
only
cool
give you the
adventure.
5 Gs if you complete it, right?
Yes.
Well, the funny thing is it's always been on my radar to do this hike.
they only-
with some of the guys, maybe.
this
but
one?
yeah, for sure.
Why not the?
Or just chunks of it, right? Like not as a through hiker, but as a sectional.
Why not
hiker.
the East Coast?
Same thing. Like it's on my radar, but you're likely referring to the Appalachian Trail.
Of course.
It's super busy. You know me and my crowds. Like it's not.
They're all busy now.
The Pacific Crest Trail is not half as busy as like the Appalachian Trail.
You think so?
Like the Appalachian Trail has been glamorized through movies and media
Yeah.
and books.
Walk in the woods.
Yeah, and it looks fun, and I wouldn't rule
Isn't
it
that
out.
where Deliverance is set?
I wouldn't rule it out,
The movie
but I'd probably do it.
Deliverance.
I would try to do it off season.
We'll just ignore him.
I already am. Already am.
I think it's set in the Appalachians.
What's next?
And what I like about the Appalachian is I would never see myself as a through hiker, but I'd love to go down with the guys. You know, do a set like kick off the summer instead of going to Pakasaw, go down to Georgia and hike for 2 straight weeks. See how far we get, and that's it. Then you have your summer, and then the next summer you go to Tennessee. You do the next few weeks. That's it.
Well, that's
Right?
that's what some people do, right?
Yeah,
They'll
section
just,
hikers,
like
yeah.
the Appalachian Trail. They'll do the whole thing over the course of their life, kind of thing.
Exactly.
But like they'll chunk it out.
So I could see myself doing that
Yeah.
sometime. I'll book you for a
Do you?
segment.
Would you have to portage?
You mean fjord, like cross rivers and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah, definitely. But like I said, it's so populated through there that you just would cross a bridge.
But portaging insinuates that you're
Canoeing.
and
Yeah.
then you have to like go over land, right?
Yeah.
This is a hike.
You
I know
canoeing?
what he's thinking. I know the way his brain works, so I knew that's what he was
Crossing
thinking.
I
rivers.
know, but
he's
just don't
confused.
encourage him.
Crossing
He's
rivers.
confused.
Don't encourage him.
You're talking to
You do have to fjord a couple rivers in Maine that are super tricky, they say. So it's funny, they have a
Aren't
rope
the,
across and a canoe you can use.
aren't
to
the
just kinda
fjords
go.
in Finland?
It would be a canoe with a rope, no?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
just kind of like
Pull
palm it
yourself-
across.
yeah,
pull
put your
yeah.
stuff in the boat.
Looks
and-
neat, yeah. Looks neat. So we thought about doing it that way as well. Start in Maine, do 2 weeks, call it a day. Next summer, another 2 weeks, call
Yeah.
it a day. Yeah.
You don't get paid for that though.
No. That's
You don't
what
get the- there's
so
no
that's what
promise of
that's what
$5,000.
intrigues me about the Carson City to Canada quest.
That's $1,000 per month.
That's probably what it would cost, JB.
Yeah.
Food and luxuries on the trail.
Well,
Yeah.
if you
Toilet
yeah,
paper.
like because those. I mean, I was just at
Leaves.
Watch out for the poison ivy.
Princess Ottawa, and those meals aren't cheap, right?
Oh man, I forgot to go look.
Yeah,
I am gonna
right. Today, go today.
Maybe I will.
Yeah,
You got lots of time.
I knew they were getting into camping
Canals
stuff, which
closed?
surprised me. But
they've
if you're
always
sit-
they've always had like random stuff.
yeah, but the boil-in bags are really neat. I'd like to know what they cost there, because you're right, they're not
Well,
cheap.
I showed you the pictures.
I didn't really look,
So actually this is a question.
but I'm
When-
gonna go. Thanks to you.
When
I'm
you
gonna check
do
it out.
hike,
yes,
do you go in the woods?
that's a good question.
Is that
I
not how
thought
it works?
I thought you were gonna say, is it cheap?
No, most people just go right on the trail, and that way it makes it
Additional obstacles
Right.
for
Yeah.
the guy behind
It
you.
makes
fertilizes the trail.
it makes it exciting, right? Because it's a
Fertilizes.
new adventure every time
Yeah.
you hike.
no,
the
seriously.
animals do it.
Well, yeah, they probably do. Seriously though,
It's called a cat hole, DDT. You
So
go
what
off
do you
the
do?
trail.
You
dig a
have
little-
you have a
dig a
little
little hole.
shovel.
the show.
You don't
Really?
even, but you don't even need the shovel. You just little hole into the hole, covered up, away you go.
But some
Oh,
people
okay.
have that little
See,
kind
yeah.
of
Oh,
that
definitely.
little spade
Little
shovel
trowel.
for
Little
yeah.
Yeah, I did not know
Yeah.
that. See, I don't hike. I don't know.
Just go, obviously
Things
go
you don't
off
know.
trail.
The more interesting discussion is some people think camping and hiking and all that is cheap because you're out in the bush doing whatever. And it used to be pretty cheap because you'd buy your boiling of bags, you'd bring your food, whatever. But now, you saw the price of those friggin' boiling of bags. And if you were to eat 3 of those a day,
Like $12 a meal.
yeah. If you were to eat 3 a day, you're looking at like $40 a day for food, which
And then-
is probably
And then
comparable
you
to
you
the
can't
real world.
you
That's
can't
expensive.
eat just that because you're burning.
Yeah.
You're burning 2,000 calories
Yeah.
a day walking.
So in other
So
words,
you're barely covering.
So that's the problem.
You
and
need
they're
to-
not nutritious.
you
right?
need to eat like
ugh.
extra stuff.
in
right?
in other words, it's money doesn't matter when you're going hiking.
Money doesn't matter. Because
Have you ever
need
gone
to be
shopping
set.
for hiking gear?
No, never.
Money really doesn't
No,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
I don't hike, so I don't
Like
know.
the lighter and the less material there is, the more expensive it is.
No, I imagine. But I like I said, I don't hike, so I don't know about going to
Yeah.
to the bathroom in the woods.
I think
For
most
example.
people that hike, like we run
Or
into,
do they have porta potties along the way?
Sometimes they do actually.
I think most people we run into calorie deficits. Like you just can't. I can't eat. I don't want to eat that much.
No, you're
Like,
just
I just physically can't.
you're
I don't
just
even
a-
enjoy it.
No.
My favorite meal is breakfast. I'll have basically what I eat here: oatmeal, nuts, and berries.
Mm.
Boom. So that's a fun meal. I feel great. And then the first 2 days you
That's
get
a good calorie dense.
yeah, and
breakfast.
it tastes great. And then
Yeah.
it's similar to at home. But then you have a boil in a bag for lunch and a protein bar. And then another friggin' boil in a bag for dinner with like a chocolate bar for dessert. And that's cool for the first couple days. And then after that, I'm like, I just want to be done.
Yeah.
For food. I mean, I'm still enjoying the hike, but it's like, oh my God.
Good way to lose.
What's for dinner?
Lose
Chicken
weight,
and
I guess,
rice.
Right.
It is. Yeah,
You want to lose weight? Go on a hike.
it is.
Go in the bush.
I think a lot of these through hikers that start out, some of them do it for that specific reason, which I don't recommend, but they'll go out trying to change themselves and lose weight and all that stuff. And if they stick
Right.
with it, they can lose like 100 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think completing
One with nature.
I think completing either of those trails, either
Yeah.
Appalachian or Pacific Crest Trail, is like it is a life changing event.
It's cool. I love reading. I think you pointed me at that book once too. The book with your buddy, the author there, the guy that walked the Appalachian Trail,
Oh, Bill Bryson.
Bill Bryson. Yeah.
He's such a great
yeah.
author.
So I've read it. His other books aren't as good, but that was really interesting.
That's an awesome book.
Yeah, it's a good book.
A Walk in the Woods.
Walk
that
in the
one.
Woods. DDT. You should
Have,
check it out.
have you listened to
Okay.
a short history of? Have you listened to or read a
No.
short history of nearly everything?
I've tried reading it.
And
Yeah.
you couldn't get into it.
I'm kind of into it, but it just. I think I wanted something more like the Walk in the Woods.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Have
Yeah.
you read Think and Grow Rich?
No.
Okay.
Have you? Clearly not.
Yes, I have
Oh.
actually.
Didn't
You-
rub off.
No, obviously it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of the ultra runner guys.
Yeah.
There's a really good book on
Yeah.
like one of the ultra runners getting the fastest known time on the Appalachian Trail,
Right.
and it's a good read.
Well, that's a Netflix show too, I think. Eh?
Yes,
I've seen that.
Yes.
Yeah. That doesn't look right in the head.
Oh.
Eh? Like he's running on no sleep, number one.
Oh yeah, it's brutal.
And he's getting resupplied, and it's
yeah.
God, that's
like nonstop run. So again, it takes
Nonstop.
5 months,
yeah.
and they do it in like
2 weeks.
46 days. Like
Okay, yeah.
yeah, and then they try
Jeez.
to beat each other, right?
No,
it's like
not right.
one guy's.
What do
starting
these
to
guys
run,
come out like
Yeah.
60 pounds?
They're already
No.
like that.
But they're very thin, yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean they're also like they have support, right? So
Yeah.
they come out of like a trailhead and
Boom.
then
your
there's
shit.
truck there and new
Yeah,
shoes,
okay.
new
If I did the PCT,
So they kinda
I'd fully
cheat.
expect you guys to be my support.
They
You-
kind of cheat.
I would
in
like
other
you
words.
guys meeting me at different points to supply me with.
yeah. We can do like
Yeah,
food,
we can do legs of the
energy.
hike with
We
you.
could do there, and
Yeah.
hey, JB, you and I having some barbecue, some beers,
Yeah.
have it set
waiting
up for me,
Duff coming
Yeah.
out,
and then a
you
little
know,
shoulder rub
Little
thigh
back
massage.
rub. Little back rub.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Lower back.
Now I could talk hiking all day, but I think you guys would rather move on, or at least the listener would.
Little foot rub with a little peppermint
Actually,
oil.
Totally unrelated, but have you ever heard of the 24 hours of summer solstice?
Yes.
Perhaps.
It's like in the Barrie area.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's a 24-hour bike ride, like
Okay.
mountain bike ride. So you have a
Oh.
course that's about 20 kilometers.
I've actually heard of it.
And you put in a team of like 5 people.
Okay. It's like a relay.
I did it once.
I've
yeah.
actually heard of it.
Thanks. So I did it with some buddies. Like
Okay.
there was 5 of us.
Yeah.
And talking about like beers and barbecue.
That's probably
and
why
stuff
I've heard
like
of it,
that.
because
So,
you've talked about it before.
so every 3 or 4 hours,
Yeah.
you're going back, but in between you're like just
Yeah.
for 24 hours. It was a blast.
Really?
Yeah, camping, like it was so much fun.
I can't do that.
You could.
No, I wouldn't enjoy I'd enjoy the biking part.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy some of the eating and the festivities, but if I knew I had to go back out on the bike trail, especially at night, I would not.
It's
wanna
kind
do
of
that.
like the 24 hours of Le Mans, but with
I could do
bikes,
that if
not
my
cars.
shift was like biking from, let's say, 6 a.m. till noon.
Well, that
That would be the best for me.
But if you split it up between 5 guys,
Yeah.
and
Burgers?
you go, I don't want to do any night shift, right?
Yeah,
so
me neither.
So you double up.
So these guys that
None of the
agreed
guys
about-
No,
wanted-
I'm saying if you don't
Yeah.
want to do, I actually enjoyed it.
No,
with
but
that-
I was
with-
just going to
with
say
the headlight,
yeah,
like
okay.
going at night. It was
so you'd
fun.
be a sought after commodity because I can't see people wanting to bike from 2 a.m. till
Oh,
6 in the
it's
morning.
so much fun.
Wow.
Wow.
It's so much fun with the headlight in the dark.
Must
so
be
you'd
dangerous,
Be that guy.
On your
Is
left.
Is it dangerous?
Typically the trail, like it's single track, but it's usually pretty safe.
Like if somebody crashed and did something to themselves, then that thing would be over in a second.
Oh well, it's been happening
it
for like
happens.
20
That's
years.
because nobody crashed yet.
People get hurt all the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Surprised it still goes
People
on. though.
crash like crazy, man.
Why wouldn't
Wow.
people?
Why-
People like that.
People probably
It's
break,
a war story.
People
Oh, I-
probably break
I-
limbs.
Usually something
I
like
flew
that.
off my handlebars.
Something like that. Usually, they're like, well, the insurance, they don't want that.
You
sort of
sign
thing.
It's your
liability
own.
form.
It's
You're-
your own insurance.
There is no
Yeah.
guarantees. Like
There is
you sign a
nothing.
liability form.
Yeah.
You are 100% responsible for your
Yeah.
own stupidity.
Exactly. Just like you every day.
And people line up. It sells out every
Yeah.
year. They
Yeah.
line up to be stupid.
Now,
Okay.
is it based on distance or is it based on time? You just have to go do your 5 laps and switch.
Yeah, you do the course, whatever the course is.
Yeah, so it's like time-wise, though. Like you're not competing to see who finishes first or who does the most distance.
Well, so there are
like what's the objective?
they do count the amount of laps.
Okay,
right?
so it's a distance thing.
So some people do it solo.
Okay.
So some people ride for 24 hours nonstop solo.
So the final
And there's
tally
a-
is
there's a-
how many laps have you done?
Yes. So
Okay.
there's a 1, 2, 3 for the solos,
Gotcha.
and there's a 1, 2, 3 for the 5-person team.
Cool.
Wow. Sounds
We-
like there's a lot of crazy people out there.
You didn't
You
know
know.
that? So we approached it for
I don't know
fun.
if they're crazy.
We've just been talking about hiking
Yeah.
2,600
a lot
miles
of crazy people out
or
there.
1,600 miles.
DDT
and now,
is so-
now you bring
It's like
up.
a lot of
He's so
craziness.
out of his element right now. Once we get to bathroom renos that take 8 months,
Yeah.
he'll be set. But
Yeah.
just hold off.
For the record,
'Kay.
JB's bathroom reno has gone longer than
It's
mine.
not a reno. It's a refurbishing. His
Yeah.
is like prettying it up.
No, mine's a reno.
So what
Mine's
if
a
he has to
refurbish.
paint? Yours is everything.
No, it's a refurbish.
I don't know, man.
Well, you don't even have a toilet to
Yeah,
use
there's a
right
toilet.
now. Well, now you do, yeah, but
Yeah.
you're still fixing actual things
Yeah,
changing. JB's is about, well, let's change the eat sign to the poop sign or something.
No, he actually took out his shower and stuff.
No, I took out my jacuzzi
Bathtub.
tub.
Oh, you could see that's huge.
Oh, okay. That's a big job.
That's
And
big.
how long did it take you, JB?
It's still not done.
Oh, okay.
See that?
When did you start?
5 years ago.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
I
that's a whole other conversation.
So all you
I take it back.
listeners,
I can't believe your wife would let you have a
She-
unfinished
She
bathroom.
every time we have a conversation about finishing the bathroom, she can't make a decision on
Oh,
which-
now blame
which-
her.
it's on her.
It's
Which-
on her, eh?
which
makes sense.
which
Blame her.
tiles.
Blame
Oh,
her.
we want stacked. Oh,
Yeah.
we want
Okay.
staggered.
Yeah,
Oh, we
it's
want
her.
white.
Her fault.
White's not in anymore. We want this kind of tile.
Well, if
We
you
want
wait
that
long
kind of
enough, it
tile.
will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Like
point.
Everything that goes around comes around. So
By the
just
time,
buy the white.
I know. And then last week she goes, "Oh, I'm really happy we didn't decide we'd go with that one because it's out of style now."
Oh my God.
So do you find you guys determine your in-house decisions based on the style of the community or just things you want in your house?
Just
Because how many people are going into that jacuzzi bathroom from
just
the
us,
world?
Just us.
Then why do you even care what other people think is the style?
I don't care.
Okay, good.
I don't care.
You're gonna put it in a magazine?
Because I don't understand that.
Don't care.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Okay.
put it up in a magazine?
I have repainted
What?
I've
Jeez.
repainted my whole house.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah. See, I get it.
Since
Okay,
we've
okay,
been
okay.
there.
Okay.
And I would have been happy with the first color.
Gotcha.
Mine's still the first color after 14 years.
Same here, I think.
Yeah.
Except for the bed. I think the kids, we fixed their roofs.
I have repainted my whole house 3 times.
Yeah.
and
That's incredible.
We've been there
It's crazy.
15 years.
It's crazy.
Wow, every 5 years, eh? It's like the Olympics almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's crazy. Anyways.
But my bathroom reno will be completed right after this podcast. Thank
So
you very
that Carson
much.
City
I doubt it.
that
It will
Carson
be.
City thing sounds exciting. So let's
Okay,
move,
thanks.
Let's
Well,
move on to the next thing.
I'm willing to do a bit of research and see.
Next
Excellent
thing.
topic.
Yeah, okay.
Next thing, we're almost
Did you
done.
know? Did you know? Ottawa is getting a new sports team.
The Bears, Black Bears?
The Black Bears.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard about that.
They are playing in the
Corral
Okay.
Center.
NLL, National Lacrosse League.
Oh, sorry.
The Corral Center. Tell me about
The
this
Canadian
place.
Tire Center.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Which is known
They are
as
going
today.
into the CTC.
So everywhere, I don't know. I want to say. I don't want to say everywhere. In Western Canada and the
prairies?
the prairies,
yeah,
it is absolutely batshit crazy. They
Yeah.
love it there.
yeah, looks exciting.
Love it. They
Yeah.
love it.
Well, the
Ottawa,
Toronto Rock has been around for a long time.
Ottawa had
True.
a team before, and I went and saw a few games. They were playing at Lansdowne,
Okay.
and it was fun.
It
was
looks
fun.
fun. It's an aggressive
Rock
game.
and roll
It
playing in the
looks fun.
background.
Yeah.
It's violent. Like they're whipping each other in the head with
Yeah.
the lacrosse sticks.
Yeah.
Like it's vicious.
You think they'll last?
It's vicious.
What goes first, PWHL or lacrosse?
PWHL.
You think so?
Yeah.
We talked about this beforehand, right? Like, is there any sports team in Ottawa
Yeah, see, he jumped right to the finishing question.
that has
I wanted
been?
to-
Look at
Yeah.
that 51 minutes here.
So,
Is there any sports team in Ottawa that has been here
yeah.
from the beginning?
Since inception.
Yeah.
No.
The hockey team, no.
No.
67s?
Yes.
Yes.
Since
they've-
1967.
they've
That's not a professional team, but
No,
yes.
but they've never gone away.
No.
Okay.
They're not a professional
They
team.
have not left the city and come
Yeah.
back. No.
Obviously,
the Canada Rangers haven't left either.
They just called it something
PWHL.
else.
PWHL is new, so that doesn't count.
But let's summarize our sports teams we're talking about. 'kay?
NHL
So we got-
hockey.
We got the NHL. We got the CFL.
Yeah.
Right.
The Red Blacks,
Yeah.
reincarnated from the
Rough
Renegades,
Riders.
from
and
the
the
Rough Riders.
Yes.
We've got
There's like 8 CFL teams in Canada, and nobody could be original enough
no
to
have
come up
to.
with like a different
That's
name.
a topic for another day, Tony. Soccer.
Yes.
Soccer. We have a semi/professional soccer team.
Yes.
That's like the 67s.
We have a baseball team once again, probably a Class
Yes.
A team. Used to have
Yep.
AAA.
We had
Yep.
we had
We have
AAA.
the Ottawa Blackjacks.
The basketball, yes.
basketball. We have what else? The new Black Bears.
National lacrosse.
And
yeah.
what are we missing? What are we
we
missing?
said PWHL.
Women's hockey, men's hockey. We got the basketball. We got the
Soccer,
baseball. We got the
baseball.
soccer. We got the football. Okay, so that's 6 different pro teams
In Ottawa.
in a city that I have always said is not a sports town.
No.
And I will go to
Well, you know, the Senators this year have sold out 16 times.
I doubt it, but okay.
They have, yeah.
Okay, sure.
They actually have.
Okay.
Even though they suck, they've still have generated a lot of interest this year.
The thing I've noticed with the Sens, with the new owner especially, is we're old boys. We are the old guard. The new, younger kids are going to these games. My daughter has went to 3 games this year
Wow.
without us.
That's good, though.
Loves it with her friends. Like,
Good to
that.
see.
it's good to see the 20-year-olds actually.
They need that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're not
I-
going.
I
mean,
just
JB will
don't
go with free
I don't
tickets,
go,
but we
yeah.
don't
like
get
I
haven't
just
gone,
don't
yeah.
understand because the core, like we don't have a core, like really strong fan base.
No.
Like people go
Never
see
have.
the Ottawa Red Blacks,
Yeah.
And they're like, they have, Winnipeg jerseys on and Saskatchewan jersey.
Yeah.
And don't even talk about going to a Sens game when it's Toronto or Montreal.
I don't want to talk
but
about
really
that.
any other team.
Yeah.
Like there's a good portion of the freaking stadium.
Yeah.
Or the arena that has other people's jerseys.
Except for the 67.
And there's always a Leaf jersey anywhere you go.
So
That's a separate conversation.
And the new
but,
WHL
but
team
I'm like,
would be mostly Ottawa.
You go to Pittsburgh, you go to Philly, you go to all these places. They're batshit crazy.
Yeah, it's their fans.
Even Vegas.
I know.
Like they're nuts for their sports teams.
I know.
Now.
It's a different culture. That's why I say we're just not a sports.
Well,
town,
what
and
are
that's
these?
okay.
What are these?
That's okay.
What
But
are these teams?
it's not okay. It sucks.
Well, it's life. Right?
What are these teams basing their revenues on? Like a couple thousand people to
Okay,
the.
so good. That's finally a good point. That's
Okay.
a good point from you, DDT.
Thank you.
So we don't want to talk NHL hockey. It's a gong show. But yeah, this is what would determine whether some of these other teams stay or not, right? So the Blackjacks, the Blackjacks, the basketball team, it's a budget of nothing, right?
Yeah.
As long as, and they get some sort of TV coverage, I think, like streamed on CBC Gem or something. And you only need 10 players, right, for a team like that.
Yeah.
Super sustainable if people go out. The women's hockey we should talk about because I predicted it's probably the first one to go. And that's because I think the novelty's going to wear off.
Well, I saw a stat on that. So Ottawa almost sells out every game, which is good.
$25 tickets.
But then apparently in New York,
yeah,
I saw their attendance. Apparently they had like 800 people at one game.
Yeah.
So
really,
yeah,
where are they playing?
I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. Like in Canada, I guess the other like Detroit, they had an out of market game in Detroit that drew like a big crowd.
So that's you know what? I think they got to reinvent the wheel here for that league.
Novelty.
The league can make a go if they capitalize on that little novelty effect.
Yeah.
You keep New York, if what you're saying is true, is not sustainable.
Right.
Ottawa, I really have my doubts. Toronto can probably, Minnesota, Toronto, Chicago, wherever the hell they are in the States. Boston. Maybe they're the core four, and then you have some sort of rotating visit Detroit, visit Ottawa.
I think Ottawa is sustainable.
You do, eh?
It was entertaining hockey when I went.
I watched a game yesterday, Ottawa-Toronto.
Yeah.
I watched some of the game. I shouldn't say I watched the whole game, but it was actually quite exciting.
Really,
Ottawa ended up winning.
Ottawa beat Toronto at something?
Yeah, I think the final was 5-2, I believe.
Made the final 5-2?
Yeah.
Ottawa always beats Toronto.
Yeah, that's true. And it was quite a good game.
Good.
They have some hitting in the game and that sort of thing, which is nice to see. But I don't know. Is it sustainable?
I don't know.
So as an Ottawa sports fan, if I can call myself that, I guess.
Nah, for the discussion, we could say you are.
Yeah, let's.
You're
I'm
not.
not a hardcore fan.
Have you
right?
gone to any Blackjacks games?
Let him
have you
finish
gone
his
to
point,
the
DDT.
to the soccer games at all?
But that's what I'm saying,
Finish
right?
your point. Yeah.
So I mean I don't have a lot of money. #, money does matter, right? Like I don't have a couple $100 every month to go spend on a game.
That's why we often think of you as JB free tickets.
So I'll go spend money where I can. I paid for the PWHL both games.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not like, how much was it?
There's nothing wrong with free tickets, JB.
Well, the PWHL game was like $20, $25 a ticket.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, but then you have to we went for supper at Lansdowne and you pay
Nice.
$20 for parking while you're there,
That's
and then
true,
a beer is still $12, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not a cheap night anywhere you
Yeah.
go.
No.
Yeah.
Like you go see the Red Blacks.
So do you
It's
think it
not
was
cheap.
worth it? Like, would you went twice? You said.
Yeah.
So would you go?
It was a fun
more
night.
times. One of my colleagues bought season tickets.
I have.
Would you consider? Oh, Jesus!
Who puts paintbrushes from their bathroom job in the basement studio?
I have
Because
a few,
it's right next to
right
my
next to the
tub,
sink.
the sink. In
Why
my
are we doing this beside
basement
a sink?
studio?
Look, guys, we could have been on a couch in my basement, man. Comfortable.
I was ready.
Relaxed.
I was ready.
Like I'm gonna have back issues after sitting in this chair
I'm
for
gonna
2
have
hours.
ass issues.
The complaints.
I would go back. It was a fun, entertaining night.
Like the dog is nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
But then so is the Sens. But then so is the Red Blacks.
Is
but
the
then
Sens?
so
Is the Sens fun and entertaining?
I always have a good time.
Never stressed about the traffic, the costs.
Well, he
So-
lives not too far from the rink.
So
it shouldn't be
I've
an issue.
I typically try to go early, and we've usually
Same.
parked. You know, in the
You get a
the-
parking spot right near the exit.
Well, no, but where the all the cars for sale, like the dealerships and
On
stuff.
the Ultramar Row.
I
auto mall.
park in there.
Oh, you free park.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Oh.
auto mall.
Yeah, we've decided to park there, or we park at the
Okay.
Sensplex and walk.
Oh my, you're one of those. Okay.
But then we're
Money matters.
we're gone.
Cost saving hack
Then
right
you're
there.
freezing.
$25 for parking
$25 is $25.
I know.
You could
Right.
buy a beer and a half with that at the game.
for
Yeah.
sure.
One
Right.
beer.
So
I don't know, I
the
think-
thing is, I don't see it happening because it's I don't know.
Which one you don't see happening?
I don't see Ottawa being able to sustain all these teams.
No, neither do I.
So the odd thing is the NLL going into the CTC
Yeah.
with 18,500 seats.
Good point. I was hoping they would have made a partnership with the other guys and went to Lansdowne.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
But there's just
how
there's
can
too
they-
much, there's too much at Lansdowne.
Yeah.
now.
they're not going to fill 18,000.
But it's a better place to watch a game. There's all the stuff around. So I would have been more likely to go down there, believe it or not, to see a lacrosse game than CTC.
Well, that's the nice thing about
And they have
Lansdowne,
Mr.
right?
Puffs down there.
You can go for supper first.
Yeah.
You can go right. Like
Yeah.
if traffic is stupid, just hit
Yeah.
a restaurant afterwards.
I
Go
love
have
it.
a pint, watch some TV.
There's options. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so how long do you?
You could
how
go
many,
look. You could go look for a used car before the lacrosse game or the Sens game.
Yeah.
So how many? What do you think is going to be the attendance for an NLL game?
It'll be a novelty effect. The
Like
first
5,000?
the first 3 or 4 games will be 10, 15,000, and then it'll go right down to probably 3.5.
It
Ottawa used to-
boggles my mind that they're playing there.
Yeah,
used
it's
to have
gonna be
a
cavernous.
Ottawa used to have a professional roller hockey team as well.
Yes, I remember that.
Remember that?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I do.
Some of the former 67s played in that.
Yeah,
for a
classic.
bit as well.
What a dirty game. Like, you can't stop, really.
Yeah,
Like, it's
no
not
kidding.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
anyway,
don't know. I
that's-
wish the women's league all the best. I think the league itself will keep rolling and changing and things like that, but I don't know.
I think Ottawa will be. I think Ottawa's sustainable.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, only time will tell.
Like they have to have a break-even point for the number of bums in the seats.
Well, I
They
think
must
it'll
kn-
be.
They must know that.
I think they must have a more of a league first model where everybody contributes and it's like a revenue sharing thing. And as long as Ottawa's in the mix, they'll be there. But if you're telling me New York had 800 fans, like the league's not going to want to keep supporting that.
I don't know if that's
right.
right. That's the number I saw.
Yeah.
On some report somewhere, but
Well, it makes sense. That's where the lacrosse team, ironically, is coming from, right? It just
Yes.
if lacrosse didn't make it in New York City either.
yeah.
But teams, like we were talking about the funding for these teams,
Yeah.
it's all TV rights and like marketing and sales. Like for NFL, for example, like I would say 90% of the teams don't even have to have fans in the stands.
Oh,
and they're-
God.
they're
Yeah,
still
yeah,
they're still rolling in money.
yeah.
That is a ticket to print money, that
Yeah.
league. That's
Like-
the world's biggest league.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah.
because they sell so many things and the TV rights and all that stuff, right? Like
yeah.
I don't know. Like I was scrambling to try to find a PWHL game on TV. They're nowhere.
Yesterday at 1
Like on regular TV.
on TSN.
TSN.
Okay.
You were scrambling to find a game? You had a real hinkering to watch women's hockey?
It's very bare
There was
bones.
one
the
night that I did,
broadcast,
yeah.
though. The broadcast is
Oh, good
very
for
bare
you.
bones, but it's decent. Cheryl Pounder.
So I hesitate bringing this up, but the NCAA March Madness and the women's curling, that's what caught my viewing eye this week. Like, I haven't stopped watching basketball for 2 days. It's unbelievable.
Did you say curling?
I
Or
have
basketball?
there's curling going on.
the
right
curling
now, too.
was you guys know I love curling, and the big events are fun to watch.
I thought you liked cuddling.
I don't know what to say to that.
That left everybody speechless. Yeah.
Oh,
I was just picturing him curling into a ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all.
I do that often.
I was pretty much curled up into a ball watching 32 straight games of basketball since Thursday at noon.
Jeez.
But I'm doing well, eh? You guys saw the link I sent you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were first.
Once again,
No, sorry.
marketing the show. Cop Car Coffee podcast.
The show's doing well.
Are you sharing in the revenues?
No, definitely not.
Why? It's the show that's doing well. It's
Exactly.
not you.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
I'm talking about my pool buddy.
The shows are 3 of us. The
I know,
show
but
is
you
3 of
put
us.
you put it down as Cop Car Coffee.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's the show that's doing well.
Yeah.
Oh, the show is doing well in the pool, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well. I'm hoping I can.
So
If
then
I can get through today with a
then there
couple
should
of
be
key
revenue.
wins,
There should be
There,
revenue
there
sharing.
should be revenue sharing, I think.
revenue sharing.
I think there's legal implications here.
Well, if you guys would have got Tim Hortons coffee, I might
You
have
might have
shared.
considered the revenue
Yeah,
sharing.
we could have
okay.
had 3 roll-ups. We could have been looking forward to driving a new car.
I wonder how that would have worked if you had rolled it up during the show.
Well, we'll never know.
and you won the new car, but
We'll never
JB
know.
had purchased the,
That's right.
the coffee.
On my
so
account.
so is March Madness just
On your
women
account.
right now?
No, men's, women. It's everything. But I don't really enjoy watching women's basketball.
Oh, I
Very-
thought that's what you were watching. The
God,
women's
no, the
basketball.
men's.
I thought he was
men's.
watching women's
men's.
curling. That's what he said.
I did watch the
Well, there
women's
is
curling.
women's curling
Yeah.
happening right now too.
Yeah.
What about the Frozen Four?
Couldn't care less.
Is that over?
No idea. Did it start?
I don't know.
Who cares?
What's
Yeah.
the Frozen for?
NCAA hot championship.
Couldn't tell you. But
All
no,
right.
the basketball has been epic, and I have done really well. I picked a couple of upsets, which are really tough.
How
to
many
do.
teams are left? Men's basketball.
So we're entering into the round of 16 for Thursday. So we're still finishing up the second round.
So who do you think is going to go all the way?
I have Houston to go all the way, and if
Okay.
Houston goes all the way, I'm going to win the pool. If they don't go all the way, and other people's main teams don't go all the way, I'll win the pool as well.
Are you getting it installed this summer?
Am I what?
The pool that you're going to win.
Oh yeah, no, good one.
But
But let me just give
So,
I want to say one more thing about how well I'm doing. How many people do you think have entered the ESPN March Madness bracket?
I was just going to ask you,
I don't know.
which
I don't
brackets
gamble.
You don't
is
know?
this? Is this ESPN?
ESPN.
Or is this like Duff's buddies?
Well, it is
Bracket.
Duff's buddies pool that
All right.
they still let me go in even though I win every year.
Mm.
I'm up again, boys.
And if you do win, what do you win?
Hang on. There are 25,600,000 brackets. Got that?
Wow.
Jeez.
25 million. Guess what place Cop Car Coffee is in?
1?
9,000.
That's not bad.
So I am in the 99.9 percentile. 99.9% of brackets
That's good.
are below.
Who's number one?
below us? I will tell you who's
Cop Car Coffee.
the leaderboard. So the number one pick. Well, there's 3 people tied at number 1. Tyson Pulfisher, Fly Ranks Picks, and Henry V. Michaels. They're all in number 1 right now.
Congratulations.
Out of 25 million. Can you believe that?
So do they win a house or do they win a
Somebody's
pool
got
as
to be
well?
number one.
I don't know what they actually get out of ESPN other than the recognition. But the sad thing is even for me with my picks, which are pretty good, if I had made comparable bets in Vegas right now, I
Yeah.
would have made a lot of money.
Like the picture you sent us
Hmm.
of the stacks of cash.
Yeah. Did we talk about that on the
No,
show?
we did not. Yeah.
No, I'm not at that level yet.
Yeah.
Anyways, Cop
Can't
Car
believe
Coffee
she took
representing.
that to the bank in her purse.
Well, most people do, I think.
Jeez.
I don't think
She
it's
didn't
that
hire a
big deal.
security company, an armored car service.
I think there's 2 types of people in the world. There's people like you that would be scared to do that, and people like me that wouldn't even think twice.
Armored car service.
Like,
I
how
would've
often
hired
have you been robbed at gunpoint in your life in Ottawa?
once?
Really, eh?
Well, my wife.
Yeah, but you.
Oh, me no.
No, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Next topic.
yeah, fun stuff, boys. If you like sports and you like competition, I highly recommend the March Madness, as most of the world
So
already
when you
knows.
go to Vegas next week,
Yeah.
will you be playing as Cop Car Coffee?
No.
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 I
Like, we don't actually have to pick a name or a moniker just to play gambling in Vegas.
You don't?
No,
I,
you
uh,
just kind of go do it.
You go sit down. They don't
Sit
ask you
down.
what's your moniker.
No,
I can't watch
What's your
basketball
what's
on
your
TV.
avatar?
no way. I don't like. Here's the thing.
I like it live.
You might like college basketball, JB, because it's way different than NBA. I'm not a huge NBA fan. Never was.
I can't watch it.
So the NBA, if you're like me, boring as hell. It's 130 to 120 every game, right? There's no friggin' defense. Okay. The average score in a March Madness game might be 60 to 52. Right? Lots of defense, and they're young guys just giving everything, right? And you talk about tiers, handmaids. These kids, like, their life is done. Like, in their minds, when they lose and they're out of this tournament, single game elimination.
Yeah.
Any team can beat any team at any time. There's all sorts of side
Well,
stories.
if you're like a sophomore or something, you're coming back next year.
Yeah, sure, but they take it hard, is what I'm saying. And most teams, these are the best teams in the world. So most of them are loaded with their fifth-year players.
Right.
Like, it's not like you're really playing if you're not.
Who's
at the
number
end of your
one?
career.
Who's ranked number one? Is it Houston?
There are four major conferences
Duke?
that combine. Would you let me try to answer?
Sorry.
Yeah. So each conference has their rankings 1 to 16. Okay, and there's 4 of those.
Villanova?
To start. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, Purdue is a number 1. Houston's a number 1. University of Connecticut's a number 1. And maybe Arizona or someone. I can't remember the 4th. But they're your. And then there's like
Not
upsets. There's upsets. Duke is not a number 1, but they're in there.
Yeah.
The big upset so far was Kentucky.
The Blue Devils?
Kentucky, and I friggin' knew they were going to lose, and I didn't vote. I just couldn't bring
pick
it
them?
to pick them to lose.
Yeah.
No, I should have though.
Who'd they play?
Oh, they lost
What's
to like a 13 seed. I think the University of Oakland.
So it's
Right.
it's game and win. That's it. Like
It's so fun, so
Yeah,
exciting.
it's a
one game and done.
Yeah.
One and done.
My big upset pick was Yale. I picked Yale to win against a top seed team like Ivy League. No one ever gives the Ivy League any cred in this tournament. But the last couple of years, they've won, whether it's Yale or Harvard or whoever gets in. And I think everybody underestimates them. So I went for them, and they won. They pulled it off. They beat friggin' Auburn, which is a major school.
Wow.
Yeah. There I am walking around IKEA watching it on my phone after I dropped my son off at tennis.
Yeah.
And I saw it. I'm like,
How's
It's a lot of fun in person basketball.
It must be exciting. Must be like,
I've
I've
never
never
gone
really
to an
seen a
NBA
live big game.
Yeah.
You've never gone to Toronto?
No, like I said, I could
Not
care
to a
less.
Raptors game.
I'm not interested
No?
in.
No.
Oh, it's
Not
fun.
interested at all.
I've seen 2.
I thought you said you don't like it.
I like it in person.
Oh,
I don't like it on TV.
okay.
Jeez.
I think you like the fun around it, right? Like
Well, it's the crowd.
the
yeah.
crowd, the games,
The music.
Yeah,
like
okay.
it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
No, I couldn't.
Is
care
it
less.
JB?
It looks fun.
Yeah, it is a good time.
Good.
I'd like to see if I could get somewhere next year, maybe for March Madness, and catch some games. That would be so fun. Yeah, I imagine it's like NBA but more fun.
I hope the good listener listens to the end of the show because I
Why?
had some good zingers in there.
Why do you care?
You had good zingers?
At
did.
the end of the show,
You've
Yeah.
been a disaster this whole show.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
I actually came prepared.
we're not at the end yet.
you
are
came
we?
prepared. How?
Yeah, I had my handmaids.
The highlight from you was
I
like
had
the
the,
handsmaid crying.
I had the AAU
That
championship.
wasn't.
That's terrible.
I had the
That- nobody
I had
cares
the
about that.
bathroom rental.
Do we still have stuff on
The
the
bathroom, definitely. We haven't talked about Griselda yet.
Geez, we're at 1 hour and 12 minutes.
Why are you like obsessed over the
I
time?
don't know.
We
Your
got it.
game
doesn't
you-
matter to me.
You've been off. It does because you keep staring at the computer screen.
Well,
I can sense your anxiety.
I just think that you guys
everything
don't like
I want
going-
to talk about. I think you want to stop it because you keep staring at the computer screen.
Well, I'm just making sure it doesn't go
Is there
off.
something else on there other than a clock?
No, I'm making sure that it's still recording.
Are you watching like DIY projects
I should
to
be.
speed you up on your bathroom?
Exactly. No, I'm watching. Make sure that we're still recording. I wouldn't want to lose
Why
this
wouldn't
gem of a
Why
podcast.
would it automatically stop recording
You never know.
right out of the blue?
What's
Yeah.
Griselda? Griselda, we got to cover
DDT,
Griselda.
why don't you make up for your lack of contributions and explain what Griselda is?
I have no clue.
Is it Griselda? Griselda? Like
I don't
the
know.
witch?
Maybe I'm mispronouncing it.
Is it the witch?
It is.
Can you spell it? Spell it out.
It is the female drug lord in Miami who takes over.
Oh, you're talking
from
about
the,
a Duff's
the
pick.
cartel.
Okay.
Yeah,
this
you've
is
never heard
this
of
is
it?
a TV show.
No.
I gotta.
Well, I
find
think
it.
you mentioned it last week.
Griselda.
Actually,
If only I had a fact checker.
you
Oh,
mentioned it
is
last
this
week.
with the girl from
Find it.
Modern Family?
Yes.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Okay,
Griselda.
yeah, I've seen. So it's good.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
It's although it's very dark. It's very grotesque. It's
Well, that surprises me because you guys always watch really uplifting shows.
yeah, it's against what we normally do
Yeah.
for
It's
sure.
it's against brand.
Is there a lot of crying in this
It's
show?
about the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco as she creates one of the most profitable cartels in history. So
Is it based on a true story?
Yeah, if you like Narcos and things like that, I
Yeah.
think you'd really like this show.
I
But
can't,
it
I can't
is
even get
dark.
through Handmaid's Tale.
It is dark.
Like,
I
how am
don't
I
know
supposed to
if
get
this is
through
for
this?
you. I don't know if this is for you, DT.
I can't watch those dark shows.
No, and it's a bit cerebral for DDT.
I like those shows.
I don't
I
know.
need to be
Narcos.
entertained, man. The world is.
You need more shits and giggles in your viewing, and you're not
He-
going to get it here.
He's-
Well, I like either mindless action
Yeah.
or something that's completely crazy.
Have you seen
like,
the
Yeah.
new Roadhouse?
No,
Okay.
I'm excited. Have you?
Not yet. We were going to
Okay.
watch it the other night, but we didn't get around to it.
I'm struggling. I'm not a big fan of Mr. Notorious. B,
What's his name?
B, Conor McGregor.
Right.
B, I
He's a
really
psychopath.
like the original, man. I really like the
So
original.
campy and cheesy.
It's terrible. Like
Yeah.
the throat rip out. Like
Yeah.
it's just.
You guys like your bad shows, eh?
Jake
Oh.
Gyllenhaal is the new road.
I
is the
know.
new,
I'm
Patrick
struggling.
Swayze.
I like him as an actor. And I don't know. Even the previews I've seen, I'm like, even the acting that I'm seeing from Conor McGregor just looks, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
That's all that guy needs, to make his head bigger. A show like that.
I bet you. Why
He's
don't
a
you say
hell
that?
of a
Why don't you
fighter.
say that to his face?
Yeah, he's a hell of a fighter.
Speaking
I just
of-
wish he'd stick to that, but he's getting old now, and maybe those
Speaking
days
of
are done.
fighting, have you
Yeah.
guys been following the Jake Paul and
Mike Tyson
thing?
Yeah,
No.
a little bit. Yeah.
Not at all.
So Jake Paul is
Yeah.
he
singer?
started off as a YouTuber.
Well, no,
Yeah.
he went into MMA. Didn't
He went into MMA and
Yeah.
boxing. So now
Jake
there's like an
Paul.
exhibition fight in June.
Oh God.
Mike Tyson is training again at 57.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
He looks like a monster still.
oh my god. I would
Mike
be
Tyson. And
I
Jake
would-
Paul's now like,
I would
oh,
be
maybe this wasn't a good idea.
I would be terrified. I've seen some of the training videos with
Yeah.
Tyson right now and
He's
I'm like
crazy, eh?
I didn't think
Oh, he's
anybody could
crazy.
move that fast,
Yeah.
let alone at 57.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. Oh my God! If it, like me, I'm 57. There's no way.
Like
There's no way.
anyway,
I feel
would be
sore every day.
I would be terrified if I was
Yeah.
the YouTuber dude. And he's not small. He's not a small boy anymore.
No.
No.
If I was your
Anyway.
wife, I'd be terrified that I'd never have the bathroom done.
Oh God, that's again
Ouch.
JB 5 years.
Ouch.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's still usable.
But
At
that's
least.
Mine's still usable.
And he's got 3 other ones. Like
Yeah.
that's a
I
massive
got
house.
2 other ones.
You got 3 bathrooms in this house?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Not in counting the sink?
Yeah, sure.
That's a
That's
half.
then that'd be
Oh,
4.
okay.
Yeah.
That'd be 4 bathrooms.
I got 2 other sinks too. So that's another full.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And a composting toilet in the garden.
Is that a mouse trap?
It is.
Yeah. Did you catch any?
Not recently because I haven't put it out. I don't know if I still have mice, but from time to time.
So are we aiming for Robins for future location?
I don't know.
So I want to know what's
Yeah.
with Robbins.
yeah,
I
what's
don't
up with
think
that?
I've ever had their coffee or their donuts.
So Robbins-
Is it good?
You've been all over this for the whole
Robins
week.
is a little known Canadian original chain of coffee and
Robbins
They
is
own-
Canadian.
Robins.
They are owned by.
They
Is
are
this a West Coast thing?
no,
No.
it's a Northern Ontario thing.
Yeah.
Really?
So the first Robins I ever saw was in Marathon, Ontario, on one of our cross country
Who
trips.
owned Robbins?
Couldn't tell you,
Chairman Brands.
Was it Batman?
Chairman Brands.
but it's a really
Who owned the chief?
good coffee shop. When we were touring out there with the pop-up trailer, we were desperate for a Timmy's coffee one morning, and if I didn't roll into Marathon and literally I said, "Hey, do you guys have a Tim's in town?" They're like, "No, but we have a Robins," and we're like, "Oh." And the guy sold us on Robins, so we rolled into the Robins, and every time I've ever had the choice between a Robins donut and a Timmy's donut, I've taken Robins.
Okay.
Until you guys won't let me. Because now we could be doing this at Robins. So it's Ottawa's first Robins. It's a nice little building, very cozy looking. It's got nice chairs. It's family run.
It's
Yeah,
just
they're
not.
family
It's just
run.
not ideal, right? It's on the worst road in Ottawa.
Yeah,
Why is it
Maribel.
not ideal?
It's terrible. The traffic on there is terrible.
You're terrible.
And they
I
are
am.
owned by. They are not family run. They are owned by
They're
Chairman Brands.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Chairman Brands is going to be in there running the coffee?
Yeah, but they're still owned by Chairman Brands.
Well, who the hell isn't
Which is
owned
a
by someone else? You're
corporate-
saying Timmy's is
Yeah, but that's
different?
the reason why we don't do the show at Timmy's.
That's not the reason. The reason is you won't go ask.
We went to Scotty's because it was a local business.
That's
Sure.
right. Support local.
Support
the owner.
local.
The owner's in the kitchen, cooking us breakfast.
Yeah. Robins,
Exactly.
same deal. Small
I don't
family. They have
How do you
kids
know?
too, man. Well, if they're a person, they're from a family, right? Nobody gets born into this.
Maybe it's some
world
dude
with
that,
nothing.
that has no family.
I doubt it.
He's a single guy.
It says family
woman.
run, dude. Do your research.
Family run. I could put family
Does it say
run on
that?
it.
Family run. Of course, man. It's a donut shop. They're all family
Did you-
run.
It's a franchise.
Did you look
They're
it up?
Family.
Yeah, I did.
Families-
But
I
every
did look it up.
families own franchises.
Yes,
I know
thank
they
you.
own
Families
franchises.
can run stores,
Right?
Mister
But I'm talking about like
Mister
support.
Media Conglomerate.
I'm talking about support mom and pop like Scotty's.
like you do, Mister Media Conglomerate.
yeah, well, everybody got to have a job.
Well, you can make up for it, just like your carbon offset.
I really
you can
liked
go to a donut shop owned locally, run locally.
I really liked your idea about the Hazeldean Mall.
Well, what stopped you from that?
I
What's-
just
what's it-
things we should do but don't.
What's at Hazeldean Mall?
His idea was the nice little
It's like a common area at
Common
Hazelden Mall
area.
we could be doing it at.
Oh,
Little plugins and everything.
like in the
and
little
that's not
eating-
on a busy street like
Surrounded
Granville Road.
by family businesses, run by people from families. Everywhere. But you're gonna say it's a
Even-
conglomerate.
You know
Even
what?
business.
You know how much they have to pay back in a royalty fee?
Who?
Robbins.
What do you mean royalty
It's a
fee?
franchise. You got to pay a royalty fee.
So I bet you it's nothing compared to Tim
5%.
Hortons.
5%.
How did you find that out?
I looked it up online. There is something called Google.
So every
the
dollar
internet.
Robbins makes, 5 cents has to go to Thunder Bay,
Yes,
to
sir.
corporate.
Yeah,
Wow.
Toronto actually.
That's how franchising works, though.
I'm willing to suffer that.
Toronto actually.
To suffer that sin, to have it at a nice place. So 95% goes to the family that runs it.
And they also have a 3% marketing fee.
Is this the longest episode ever?
I think it is.
It
I don't
feels
think,
like
I don't
it.
think we've ever
Doggies.
gone this long.
3% marketing fee, 5% franchise royalty fee.
Did you ever have a
That's
franchise?
That is 8%. No.
Oh, okay.
Do you think we could franchise the Cop Car Coffee brand?
We can't even make the original franchise work.
But we could have it specific to different
There
cities.
is there is no Cop Car Coffee brand.
We could be the Ottawa Cop Car Coffee original franchise.
Maybe we should open a store called Cop Car Coffee and serve coffee and donuts. Eh? How about that?
And then we could like podcast from our own show.
Exactly.
Would it be
our own
shop.
location?
Yeah.
Would it be family run?
Oh, it would be run by us three.
There, are you happy?
That's us
Finally,
three.
we're done.
That's us three.
Yeah.
An hour and 21 minutes.
You've been staring at that.
That
That's
has-
because we
I'm
never
staring
see
at
you.
it. Look, it just went out again.
I wanted my JB
Winston,
fix.
do you want to say something?
We didn't even get to everything on the list, guys.
That's impressive. You brought a lot of content.
Well, we didn't really talk about his bathroom still not being done.
It would have been
The weather,
It would have been a
the Wordle.
It would have been a considerably shorter show if somebody wasn't interrupting all the time.
Oh,
I never interrupt. I'll let you guys
See,
talk
he just did
this
now
time.
again.
he did.